February 4th, 2004. A 19-year-old college sophomore sits in his Harvard dorm room about to launch something that will change the world forever. He has no business plan, no investors, no office, just a laptop, some coding skills, and an idea that everyone told him was stupid. Fast forward to today, that same college kid is now worth over $100 billion. His creation? Facebook, now called Meta. 3 billion users, the most powerful social network in human history. But here's what nobody tells you about Mark Zuckerberg's story. He didn't get lucky. He didn't have rich parents funding his dream. He built Facebook from absolute zero. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how he did it. Every step, every strategy, every decision that took him from a dorm room to dominating the world. If you're building something, if you're starting from nothing, if people doubt you, this story will change everything. Let's dive in. Mark Zuckerberg's story isn't just about building a social network. It's about vision. It's about execution. It's about refusing to quit when everyone says you're crazy. Think about it. In 2004, there were already social networks. Friendster, MySpace. Why did Facebook win? Why did Mark become the youngest self-made billionaire while his competitors disappeared? The answer isn't luck. It's strategy. It's obsession. It's a series of brilliant decisions that most people never see. Today, we're going behind the scenes. We're breaking down the exact business strategy, the pivotal moments, the mistakes, the risks, and the mindset that built one of the most valuable companies on planet Earth. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, or someone with a dream, this is your blueprint. This is how you build something from nothing. This is how you turn an idea into an empire. Let's start from the very beginning. Mark Zuckerberg wasn't trying to build a billion-dollar company. He was just trying to solve a problem. At Harvard, there was no easy way for students to connect with each other online. The university had paper directories with student photos. They called them Facebooks. But there was nothing digital, nothing interactive, nothing social. Mark saw the gap. And instead of just complaining about it like everyone else, he decided to build the solution. But here's the key. Mark had already been building things. Before Facebook, he created FaceMash, a site that compared student photos, got him in trouble with Harvard administration. CourseMatch helped students choose classes based on who else was taking them. Synapse, a music recommendation software that Microsoft and AOL tried to buy. He was constantly building, constantly learning, constantly improving his skills. Then came the moment. February 4th, 2004, Mark launched the Facebook from his dorm room. Not Facebook, the Facebook, just for Harvard students. The first day, within 24 hours, over 1,200 Harvard students had signed up. Within a month, more than half the undergraduate population was on it. Why? Because Mark solved a real problem. He gave people what they actually wanted, an easy way to connect with classmates, see who's in their classes, and build their social circles. But more importantly, and this is critical, the product was simple. It wasn't trying to do everything. It did on one thing really well: connect Harvard students. The expansion strategy. Most people would have stopped at Harvard. Most people would have been satisfied with a successful campus project, but not Mark. He saw something bigger. Within weeks, he expanded to Yale, Columbia, Stanford, then to other Ivy League schools, then to universities across America, then to high schools, then to corporations, then to everyone. But here's the genius. He didn't expand everywhere at once. He expanded strategically. He created exclusivity. You had to have a .edu email address. You had to be part of the network. This did two things. It made people want it more. If I can't have it, I want it. It kept the quality high, real identities, real connections, no spam. This exclusivity strategy is what separated Facebook from MySpace. MySpace let anyone join. Facebook made you earn it. And that made all the difference. The lawsuit success brought problems. Fast, 3 Harvard seniors, the Winklevoss twins, and Divya Narendra, claimed Mark stole their idea. They said they had hired Mark to build a social network called Harvard Connection, and that he took their concept to create Facebook. Lawsuits, legal battles, negative press. All while Mark was trying to grow the company. Most 20-year-olds would have crumbled. The stress, the accusations, the uncertainty. But Mark kept building. He settled the lawsuit years later for $65 million, but he never stopped moving forward. Lesson here: when you're building something significant, people will come after you. Competitors will copy you. Critics will attack you. Legal issues will arise. The question is, will you keep building anyway? Moving to Silicon Valley summer 2004, Mark made a decision that changed everything. He dropped out of Harvard and moved to Palo Alto, California. His parents weren't happy. His peers thought he was crazy, but Mark saw the bigger picture. He knew that to build Facebook properly, he needed to be in Silicon Valley. He needed access to talent, investors, and the tech ecosystem. He rented a small house with his co-founders. They worked day and night, coding, fixing bugs, adding features, growing the user base. This is where the famous motto was born: move fast and break things. They weren't trying to be perfect, they were trying to be fast. Because in tech, speed beats perfection. The fastest learner wins. The first investment Mark needed money. Servers weren't cheap. Bandwidth wasn't cheap. To scale, he needed capital. Enter Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, one of the most successful investors in Silicon Valley. In June 2004, Peter Thiel invested $500,000 in Facebook for 10.2% of the company. That investment would later be worth billions. But here's what's important. Mark didn't just take any money. He was selective. He wanted smart money. Investors who understood the vision. People who could help him build, not just fund. This strategic approach to funding is what kept Facebook independent and under Mark's control, something that would prove crucial later. Understanding network effects. Facebook's growth wasn't random. It was engineered. Mark understood something called network effects. What's that? Simple. The more people who use Facebook, the more valuable it becomes. If your friends are on Facebook, you need to be on Facebook. If your classmates are there, you need to be there. This creates a viral loop. Person A joins Facebook. Person A invites friends B, C, D, friends B, C, D, invite their friends. The network grows exponentially. But network effects only work if the product is good. If people don't like it, they won't invite others. So Mark obsessed over user experience. The newsfeed revolution 2006, September 2006. Mark launched one of the most controversial features in Facebook's history, the newsfeed. Before this, you had to manually visit someone's profile to see their updates. After newsfeed, everything appeared in one stream. All your friends' updates in one place. People hated it. There were protests, petitions, groups demanding Facebook remove the feature. Over 1 million users joined a group called Students Against Facebook Newsfeed. Mark could have backed down. Most CEOs would have, but Mark believed in the vision. He knew that once people got used to it, they'd love it. He was right. Within weeks, engagement skyrocketed. Newsfeed became Facebook's most popular feature. Today, it's the core of every social network. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. They all copied Facebook's newsfeed. Lesson: sometimes, innovation requires you to ignore short-term criticism for long-term vision. Great leaders don't just listen to users. They show users what they didn't know they wanted. The mobile pivot 2012. By 2012, Facebook faced an existential crisis. Mobile was exploding. Smartphones were everywhere. But Facebook's mobile experience was terrible. The stock price crashed. Critics said Facebook missed mobile and would die. Mark made the most important decision of his career, bet everything on mobile. He told his team, mobile first. Everything we build must be mobile first. They rebuilt the entire app from scratch. They focused on speed. They optimized every pixel. They made mobile beautiful. The result? Today, over 98% of Facebook users access it from mobile devices. That decision saved the company and made it more valuable than ever. This shows strategic thinking. Mark saw where the world was going and repositioned the entire company. That's not just smart, that's visionary. Turning down Yahoo's $1 billion 2006, Mark Zuckerberg is 22 years old. Yahoo offers him $1 billion to buy Facebook. On $1 billion. His board wanted him to sell. His investors were pushing. His friends thought he was crazy for even considering refusing. But Mark said no. Why? Because he wasn't building Facebook for money, he was building it to connect the world. He saw the long-term potential. He believed Facebook could be worth much more. People called him arrogant, foolish, naive. But Mark was right. Today, Meta is worth over $800 billion. That $1 billion offer looks like pocket change now. This teaches us something crucial. Don't sell your vision short. Don't let others pressure you into settling. If you truly believe in what you're building, hold on, be patient. Think long-term. Acquiring Instagram, 1 billion, 2012. April 2012. Mark bought Instagram for 1 billion. People said he overpaid. A photo-sharing app with 13 employees for $1 billion? Everyone thought he was crazy. But Mark saw the future. He saw that mobile photo sharing was the next wave. He saw that Instagram had something special: engagement, young users, and a product people loved. Today, Instagram has over 2 billion users and generates tens of billions in revenue. That 1 billion acquisition was one of the best investments in tech history. Acquiring WhatsApp, 19 billion, 2014, 2 years later, Mark did it again. He bought WhatsApp for 19 billion. This time, everyone really thought he was crazy. 19 billion for a messaging app? Insanity. But again, Mark saw what others didn't. WhatsApp was the dominant messaging platform in most countries outside the US. It had nearly 500 million users and was adding millions every month. Today, WhatsApp has over 2 billion users worldwide. It's one of the most valuable communication platforms on Earth. These acquisitions show Mark's strategic genius. He doesn't just react to competition, he eliminates it. He doesn't just grow organically, he acquires threats before they become existential. This is how you dominate an industry. This is how you build a monopoly. Whether that's good or bad is another discussion, but from a business strategy perspective, it's brilliant. Understanding the model, here's what most people don't understand: Facebook is free to use. You never pay a cent. So how did Mark build a 100 billion fortune? Answer: advertising. Facebook's business model is simple but genius. Provide a free service people love. Collect data on what they like, do, and care about. Use that data to show them highly targeted ads. Charge businesses to reach those people. It's the most effective advertising platform in history. Why? Because Facebook knows more about you than any company ever has. Your age, location, interests, friends, behaviors, purchase history, everything. This allows advertisers to target exactly who they want. Selling running shoes? Target people who follow running pages. Selling baby products? Target new parents. Selling luxury cars? Target high-income professionals. Traditional advertising was spray and pray, put an ad on TV and hope someone cares. Facebook advertising is surgical precision. The numbers. Let me blow your mind with some numbers. Facebook makes over 110 billion per year in revenue. 98% of that revenue comes from advertising. Average revenue per user, 40 per year. Doesn't sound like much, but multiply by 3 billion users. Facebook ads have over 10 million active advertisers. That's why Facebook is worth so much. It's not just a social network. It's the most powerful advertising machine ever created. The controversy. Of course, this model created problems. Privacy concerns. Data scandals. Questions about what Facebook knows and how they use it. The Cambridge Analytica scandal in 2018 was a watershed moment. Facebook faced massive criticism, government investigations, and calls for regulation. But here's the thing, despite all the controversy, people kept using Facebook. The business kept growing. Why? Because the product is valuable. People want to stay connected. Businesses want to reach customers. Love it or hate it, Mark built something the world can't live without. That's power. The name change. October 2021. Mark shocked the world. Facebook, the company, changed its name to Meta. Why? Because Mark isn't just thinking about today, he's thinking about the next 10, 20, 30 years. He believes the future of the internet isn't 2D screens, it's immersive 3D experiences. Virtual reality, augmented reality, the Metaverse. Most people think he's crazy again. Critics say he's wasting money. The stock price suffered. But Mark doesn't care. He's betting billions on this vision. What is the Metaverse? Imagine a digital world where you don't just browse the internet, you live in it. You have a virtual office. You attend virtual concerts. You hang out with friends in virtual spaces. You buy virtual goods with real money. Sounds like science fiction? Maybe, but Mark is building it anyway. He's investing 10+ billion per year into Reality Labs, the division building VR/AR technology. That's more than most countries spend on their entire tech sector. Will it work? Nobody knows. But that's the point. Mark isn't playing it safe. He's making massive bets on the future because that's what builders do. The long-term mindset. When he turned down $1 billion, he was thinking long-term. When he bought Instagram and WhatsApp, he was thinking long-term. When he bet on mobile, he was thinking long-term. When he launched the Metaverse, he was thinking long-term. This long-term thinking is why Facebook, Meta, keeps winning. They're not chasing trends. They're creating the future. Let's break down the key lessons from Mark Zuckerberg's journey. Mark launched Facebook when he was 19. No business degree, no management experience, no funding, just an idea and the willingness to start. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to begin. Facebook succeeded because it solved a real problem, connecting people. It wasn't a cool tech experiment. It was something people actually needed. What problem can you solve? That's where success begins. Mark's motto, move fast and break things. Speed matters. While others are planning, you should be executing. While others are perfecting, you should be launching. Done is better than perfect. Every major decision Mark made was based on long-term thinking. Don't optimize for today. Build for 10 years from now. People said Mark was crazy for turning down Yahoo, for buying Instagram, for betting on mobile, for launching the Metaverse. He ignored them all. And he was right. When you're building something significant, there will always be doubters. Your job is to prove them wrong by succeeding. Mark maintained control of Facebook. He kept voting control, even after going public. Why? Because he knew that to execute his vision, he couldn't let others dictate the direction. If you're building something important, maintain control. Don't let others dilute your vision. Mark didn't just compete with Instagram and WhatsApp, he bought them. Sometimes, the best way to win is to turn your competitors into teammates. Despite the criticism, Facebook kept growing because people found it valuable. Focus on creating value. Focus on serving your users. The money will follow. From a Harvard dorm room to the most powerful communication platform in human history. From $0 to over $100 billion in net worth. From a 19-year-old nobody to one of the most influential people on the planet. Mark Zuckerberg's story isn't about luck, it's about vision, execution, strategy, relentless commitment to building something that matters. He started with nothing but an idea. He faced lawsuits, criticism, competition, and countless obstacles, but he never stopped building. He never stopped believing. He never stopped thinking bigger. And that's the message for you. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter what resources you have. It doesn't matter who doubts you. What matters is your vision, your commitment, your willingness to act. Mark built Facebook from zero. And if he can do it, what's stopping you from building your dream? The tools are available. The opportunities are endless. The only question is, will you start? If this story inspired you, if you're ready to start building your own future, then hit that like button right now. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And subscribe to your future, because we're building a community of dreamers, builders, and people who refuse to settle. Remember, Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook from a dorm room. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in his garage. Steve Jobs started Apple with nothing. Your background doesn't determine your future, your actions do. This is your future, and your future starts the moment you decide to build. Now stop watching and start creating. I'll see you in the next one.